What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worldwide Job. We're back at you with another YouTube video. Shouts out to all my FBAs, man. Much love out there to everybody. Peace, love, blessings, and harmony to all of those. Do unto you what you want done on. Do unto others what you want done on to yourself. Treat others how you want to be treated. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Let's jump in straight into this video. We're going to be reacting to Poetic Flacco today. One of his videos. Shouts out to Poetic Flacco. Wack 100 crashed out on this Haitian guy. And I don't want to get into the whole video because it starts getting into them talking about penis sizes and things like that. I don't know nothing about that. Pause. But in the beginning of the video, they was having a heated debate speaking on about black Africans and being somebody saying that he looks at himself as an African before he looks at himself as American and all this, that, and the third. So let's just jump straight into the video.
He tries to attack his own co-host and threatens to knock him out if he crosses the line again. How did he cross the line the first time? Stay tuned and you'll find out. So Wack is doing his podcast at 607 Unk's house. Now, it's supposed to be like a conscious debate. So they're debating several things. They get to the discussion of black Americans and Africans and their heritage and their lineage.
It's because it's Mansa Musa was visiting America, correct? Early before Columbus, right?
We're talking about Abubakari II.
Right. Okay, I got missing.
It's his brother.
Brothers was here.
I don't know why this.
Wait. Brothers that's here from brothers that was in Africa was coming to America before any Europeans, Caucasians, anything like that, right?
I think that's true.
So who was here in America? We before Aztecs, it was Olmecs. Who killed the Olmecs?
They didn't kill them. Well, you know, there are these things they call planes now. I'll introduce you to them.
He got wiped down.
I want to stop it right there. What they're trying to, what Wack 100 and the other young brother is saying right now is, see, the thing with these people is the W's and all these newer races that's here, like the Irish and all these other people that wind up coming along and all these other fucking people after time or whatever, they fail to realize, they really believe the W man, the YT man, was everywhere in the world before everybody else. When their skin pigmentation is not even meant for the sun. Their skin pigmentation is not even meant for the sun. Do you know YT people, the W's, if they're in the sun too long, if they get exposed to extreme amounts of sunlight, not heat, sunlight, they can get skin cancer. They can get all kinds of problems. They get redness, rashes. They start all kinds of problems. Heat strokes. And a lot of that comes from not being melanated. So for all of these people to believe that the YT men or the Europeans was here before the FBA's foundational black Americans, like they believe there was no indigenous people here, like it was just all this land and there was nothing here, and then white people, YT people came and just put a fucking flag down. Is like, for them to believe that, they're delusional. On every part of this earth, no matter what race, what place, when you go look at those indigenous tribes that was living in the jungle, they're all dark skinned. Or they are bronze. They have dark pigmented skin. I don't care if they're Chinese, Japanese. There was some form of pigmented type Chinese, Japs, and all of that, bruh. All of that. If you're in the digits in the forest and in the sun, your skin is naturally going to be darker. Okay? This is something that's just a fact. So when these people get up here and they like to say, oh, there was no indigenous people here. Oh, there was no, it was all the European. No, it was not. They set out to conquer and put people everywhere. That's the biggest thing with YT people. They'll come, they act friendly, they go and they want to take over everything and erase people's history and write their own history. They have been doing this for years. That's what colonizers do. Anyone who don't agree with their way is either taken out or something like that, bruh. They always rework somebody else's system. They don't just pop up. They're not just there. Nobody don't go and invade and bother them. They always going to bother everyone else, trying to spread their way of life, their what they think is right, and their the superiority. What do you think the white tea supremacy is? They want to have inferiority over everyone else. Of course, they're gonna reshape history and make it seem like everything they did. But the bones, in the dirt, is not gonna lie. There was people already here in America before any Europeans. There was already indigenous people here.
Actually,
Well,
be a global individual. Ask me a question.
All right, we're gonna
I
take
can
this
be
question.
a global individual. I actually am not giving up my citizenship in the United States, but I will have dual citizenship.
But you don't have it.
Well,
Do you have it?
See the difference. He's saying he gonna see this.
my
You guys see this the same
paperwork to be finished.
This is what I'm trying to say, and this is another problem with a lot of people. Like, see, this is where everything is getting mixed up with. That's why we're not considered ourselves as African American no more. Because you got people that want to be Pan African and say, "Oh, I'm African first." Where was Africa, right? There's a whole country over there named Africa. And I'm pretty much sure they have heard plenty of shit going on with African Americans, which FBAs, that has been going on for years. Africa has never stood up and went to war for us. Africa never stood up and fought for us and our rights. Africa people has never. I don't see African people out there protesting for us. Nothing. They come over there. They come over here, keep their head down, and they benefit off for all of the fights we had to do. We out there fighting civil rights movements, doing those, going to every war there is. We fighting the battles. We're getting the whole Constitution is based behind us standing up and fighting for shit, or them trying to suppress us. Us as FBAs, not the whole country of Africa. This is why these people feel talking about they feel like they can have respirations. No, you don't. Y'all wasn't here. Y'all people didn't build this country. Y'all can't come over here after everything is all over and done with talking about, well, the Africans that y'all stole and they was over here or whoever. First off, there was indigenous people here. Yes, they did get some Africans over there, but what happened is there was excuse my language. It's when you basically genes, when you keep mixing and mixing. It was indigenous people here which got mixed in with the African people. You understand? Over time, all of that mixing, we're nowhere near African. That's why he said he's talking about dual citizenship. We don't, every slave that was in America that had babies, every FBA member, all of us that are Black Americans, FBA foundational Black Americans, we don't have dual citizenship with Africa. When we're born, we don't get no 2 passport IDs. Oh, well, you know you're really African first. Yeah, this is your African tribe, your name, your culture. Here, make sure you study all of this too. Africa don't call and talk to us about none of it. We don't have no dual citizenship, no Africa. They don't even accept us. You don't have dual citizenship. You are not African. So this is why this whole Pan-African thing is really one-sided. Because that's us when we was trying to be kumbaya. Oh, we all black, brother. We got to stick together. They didn't come over here saying we're all black. They came over here saying we're not black. We're African. Oh, we're not black. We're Nigerian. We're not black. We're not you. Y'all slaves. Y'all dirty Black Americans and all this other fly shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, now we got to make sure this shit is separated. Because we actually, all of the shit they're benefiting from, getting businesses, they getting loans, they giving them grants, then they got their people in little positions, and they're only hiring Africans. Or they'll only hire Haitians. They'll only hire Nigerians purposely because they despise us. They despise us. They love to say we're lazy and all this, that, and the third. While their country is in shambles, they have no red lights. They have no stop signs. They have no building infrastructure. They have dirt roads. They barely got food. They're starving over there. They living in mud huts, eating dirt cookies. And then they got the nerve to talk crazy to us. It mind boggles me. Or to come over here and act like they better than us, using all of the shit we had to fight for. We cannot go to their country and do that. We would not be accepted, allowed, talked to, none of that. They already do it here. They came to our country and they already do it here. They don't even buy, like I heard one of them speak one time, "Oh, we don't go in your stores, we don't buy your," they don't even look at us as we're all, like all that kumbaya shit, standing together shit with these people is over with. And a lot of them is illegal. And they feel like they're entitled to something and then trying to tell us about our history and where we came from. Brother, go back to your country and worry about your country. Y'all country been there for thousands of years and y'all shit is not together. We built this country. Then they got the delusion to say they built America. Y'all didn't build shit. Y'all didn't even build your own place. Y'all talking about y'all came over here, what did y'all didn't build nothing. Y'all came over here in 2010. Most of y'all. The other ones escaping and a lot of this shit America was already established when y'all came here. Because if it wasn't, with all of the segregation, racism, they definitely didn't want y'all here. We was fighting to make sure we built this. We fighting to make sure they aren't gonna take all our own work, everything we built up, and try to kick us out. This is why we was fighting having civil rights movement. We didn't run and flee. We didn't build America up and leave. We still here. So, and this is why the Constitution exists to this day. If it wasn't for us and all our fighting that we done it and suffering and blood, sweat, and tears, y'all came over here after everything was established. Y'all haven't rose up, fought no one, said nothing to the YT man. Y'all bootlickers. Y'all do whatever they say. That's why your country is colonized and all messed up. And y'all don't know how to fight them. And y'all starving. And don't got water and electricity. Facts. We're not Africans, we're not Haitians, we're not none of that. We are foundational black Americans. Y'all did not build this country. We built it. The babies of slaves. Okay? And that don't mean that we're African. There was indigenous people already here. On top of who they brought and that mixed in. There's a father lineage that we have. But at the end of the day, either way, this don't have nothing to do with y'all. Nothing. Nothing at all. Not especially no reparations. When y'all start getting up there talking about y'all built the country and talking about reparations, slow your roll, champ. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Because ain't nobody getting that before FBAs. And I guarantee that. That ain't happening. No African, no Nigerian, no Haitian. Now everybody want to start trying to play the color card. When they do, but we built it. Y'all didn't build nothing. Y'all barely know English. Y'all come over here with fraud degrees and criminal intent and all kinds of shit and fraud in the system. Y'all be doing all. Y'all's the biggest fraudsters to be. We all know this. Y'all are the biggest fraudsters. Biggest. Always got some scam and scheme. Please.
Mr. Bear,
How old are you? How old are you?
I just submitted the paperwork.
How old are you?
I'm 54.
You 54 and you got citizenship on the place you say you from.
He 54 years old, but he thinks he's an African, and he don't even have citizenship. He put the paper. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not African first, nothing. We are foundational black Americans. Those of us who are foundational black Americans. Not these grifters, tethers, people that come over here that look like us, but they're not us. That want to act like us, but don't like us. Don't want to be around us. Don't even want to put money into our communities. And swear up and down they're not black and say they're Haitian or Nigerian and they're not us and they're intelligent. And we're the dirty versions of what? Y'all wouldn't even be over here being able to walk around and be comfortable if it wasn't for all the fighting that FBAs have done throughout the years. On a global scale, y'all haven't changed shit culturally. Nobody listens to y'all music all over the place. Everybody don't do y'all crazy ass dances. Let's just be honest here. Nobody don't do that shit. Everywhere around the world, kids, people, adults adopt FBA culture. Music, dances, all kinds of shit. Swag, food, all kinds of shit. Y'all, hell no. Because y'all don't know how to do nothing by yourself. Except scam and eat dirt cookies.
What does that mean? You're talking about municipalities.
You listen. If you win, you cannot be an African citizen. You American. Are you not American?
Being American does not have to be the only thing you.
They're talking past each other because Wack 100 is not disputing that his people came from Africa.
See, shout out to that brother too who wants to be Pan-African. But the thing is about this, we already know. Who's FBA? We already know this. Africans don't give a shit about him. Africans don't give a shit about the USA. Africa don't give a hell about no FBA. They don't care about our history, our morals. They don't do what we do. They don't. We're not the same. When I grew up, when I was growing up, my mom she was big on, because she was around, like she would play like civil rights stuff. She'll play Malcolm X. She'll play like Huey Newton. She's big on like Black Pantherism, civil rights movement. She's born 75. You understand? And then her parents, like my grandma on her side, my dad had Gigi and stuff. Like so like you gotta understand, that's his great grandma. So at the end of the day, her mom and Gigi, they was definitely a part of civil rights movements, segregation and all of that crazy shit, all of that. They was a part of all of that going back. Their family, they slaves, for sure. For sure. Okay? Slave babies. 100%. I gotta make sure, I'm gonna ask my dad so I can be exactly specific. But I know for sure, because my mom was adopted. So she don't really know her parents. But on my dad's side, guaranteed. Slave babies. My mom looked like she's slave baby too. She just looked mulatto. She's full black. She ain't no Spanish. You know how they used to have them mulatto back in the days, and they'll say, "Yo, you're not white tea and you ain't black. You just in the middle." Oh, that's the worst to be. That's when the white man started mixing. The W's was mixing with black women, and sometimes they'll have a little light skinned baby. You know, it'd be like that. But either way, we slave babies, man. We're foundational Black Americans. He wants to be African and he wants to be American. It don't work like that, homie. Them people don't accept you. They never would. Never will.
Wack is just saying he identified as Black American first and not African due to the history and what his people went through. Wack 100 even went through his entire family history. So he's questioning this dude identifying as African first, even though he was born here and he's not an African citizen. His parents were born here. His great-grandparents were born here, but he's not an African citizen. So if you don't have any citizenship to any African country, how are you claiming African first over Black American?
And that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's why we got to stop. Because this shit is all one-sided. I'm going to leave the video like that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in comments below. But this is the problem. And this has been a problem. We always grew up. When we grew up, those of us who's a little old, because I'm 30. I just turned 30 June 1st. But those of us 30 and a little older, the way we grew up as, yo, you embraced black love, everything black. You know what I'm saying? Oh, African American, that's like Afrocentrism and shit like that. But we didn't realize these people don't embrace us how we embrace them on being black. They never have. They never will. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to separate that. That shit is all one-sided. We sitting there worried about black love and black this and black that, while these people was turning around, licking the W's boot and talking bad on us because they want to be in the praise of the W, man. Because they're immigrants. They're coming over. They're used to being colonized, bowing down, being up under the white man and feeling like, yes, I'm a good nigga. I'm a good nigga. You see those other niggas? No, they're the bad niggas. That's how they are, bruh. That's why their country is all colonized and fucked up. They don't know how to sit here and fight white men. They're gonna try to, and then what they don't know is that they're gonna just utilize them and treat them just the same way anyway. See, that's what they don't know. No matter how good you could be to these people will always, when it comes to supremacy, I'm not talking about all W's, but when it comes to the supremacy, and that's who we're talking about, the supremacy, those people. When it comes to that, and no matter what field or where you at, there's always some type of supremacy, especially in the corporate world, the politician world, the doctor world, shit, even at jobs. There's always some type of hidden supremacy there. And when it comes to that, these people will never like you. Ever. That's why y'all in the predicament y'all now in y'all country. Because y'all swear y'all let these people love y'all. Y'all swear y'all think if you sit down and bark and jump up and hop and spin and do everything they say, they're going to accept you as one of their own. They will never accept you as one of their own, brother. This is what we went to war for. This is what the whole Confederate versus the other side, the Patriot side shit was all about. As soon as they said that they thought, no slavery. What? Oh, hell no. They went and started killing white people. Their own people. They went to war about that. They don't respect nothing but supremacy. They don't have nothing to say. They don't care what's going on unless you say something to them and bars it up. They love to have everything the way it is. Nothing needs to be changed when it's fucking over everybody else. But as soon as it affects them, oh, this is wrong. We can't have this. Oh, the world's coming apart. This is tyranny. He's a mad king. They start losing their shit. But yo, y'all let me know what y'all think below, man. Let me know what you think below, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos.